हेलो बच्चों, तो कैसे हो आप लोग? क्यों देख रहे हो? तो अच्छे ही होंगे। दिस इज अभिनंदन over here from my future tech for designing your future. Welcome you back. Not while loop, do loop we have seen, and we had seen that key if I want to repeat something for number of amount, like number of times, then I'll require looping. Okay, so we have seen this one key how we are going to do that into the loops using do command. Okay, so I'll just execute this once again. I'm entering the number of times. I can enter anything. I'll enter 15 over here. So it is going to execute 15 times. So this 15 is nothing but the input that I am going to give it over here, that will be stored into num. You can see it over here, parameters num, and I am telling the user to enter the numbers that will be stored into num and how many times do this, how many times, num times. Num is nothing but I have entered 15, so it is executing for 15 times. Okay, so this we have already seen. So I hope you are clear with this. Now, one thing that you need to understand over here, if I don't do this, what will happen? If I don't write number of times, then what will happen? Yes, anyone? Can anyone tell me what will happen if I don't mention number of times? How many number of times I want to execute the loop? If I don't mention it, what will happen? Anything if you know, tell me. Okay, so understand this, if you have not mentioned how many number of times, then it don't know, like do command will not come to know ki how many times. So it is going to do this for infinite amount of time, like all the times it is going to do this. Like if I have entered 15 but I have not used it over here. Okay, so continuously it will be executing and it is not going to stop because I have not told to stop. Okay, this 15 was telling me ki where to stop exactly. Num times, 15 times, 10 times, 5 times. How many times should I execute this loop? It was telling me over here. Okay, so if I don't write this times, then the loop is going to execute infinite time. Infinite time in the sense it is always executing. Okay, it is not going to stop. You are not going to get the output also because it will go into infinite loop. Okay, this you need to understand. Now, if I get something like this, if I get the infinite loop, then what I need to do is to come out of that infinite loop, I need to specify a condition. Like for example, I have not mentioned samajh lo ki I have not given this how many times. Okay, so this num times if I have removed it, now I want to stop the loop. How I can do? I can use if statement. I'll just show you with this. Okay, so I can use if statement to tell that where to stop. Okay, I'll just show you over here. So next program, so this is written over here, same program I have. Okay, you can observe it, you have same program over here, like data type, that count we have taken of type integer, parameter I have taken num of type integer, then I have mentioned C, this is called as initialization. I have initialized C to 1, then I am writing do. So you can clearly observe that I have not mentioned do num times. I'm not telling how many times. So just now I have told you, if I don't mention num times, then it is going to go into infinite loop. So to come out of infinite loop, we can use this if statement. So I'm just writing this C. Let's do that for the next lines. So write C, and I'm putting the condition using if. Okay, so if is a statement, or it is used to put the condition in between. If C is equals to num, that means any number I am going to put, like if I am going to put 15, exit. Okay, so your C will start with 1. Okay, then 1 will be printed. 1 is not equal to 15 because you have entered 15 over here. It is not equal to 15. It is not going to execute. This is not going to execute. Then I'll be incrementing. Now just see here. I'll just write it over here. I'll write it so that you will understand. First, my C value is 1. So on a screen, 1 will be printed. Now, just see the C is not equal to, let's say I have entered 10. So C is not equal to 10. So this will not execute. Whatever this part is there, this is not going to execute. Now I'll come down and I'll increment the C. So C will become 2 and 2 will be printed on a screen. Now I'll just write over here, rather than C, I'll write 1. Okay, so okay, I'll come down over here. I'll just copy this part. I'll come down here. I'll paste it. So C is now 2, which is not equal to 10. So C is going to be incremented as 3, and 3 will be printed on the screen. Next, this 3 is not equal to 10. So C is going to be incremented as 4, and 4 will be printed on the screen. Like this, always it is going to print up to whatever the number you have inserted. So if I have inserted 10, now somewhere this C will become 10. C equal to 10. Now this 10 is matching with 10. 10 is equals to 10. That means we are coming inside this. C is 10, num is 10. So 10 equal to 10. This is correct. So if this is correct, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of the loop. Can you see here exit? Exit is used to come out of the loop. Can you see here? This is loop. This is loop. This is statement. If is statement, do is loop. So this is how it is used to come or to exit whatever the loop is there. So infinite loop can be exited using if conditions. I'll just execute this and show you how it is going to work. Okay, I'll just see, check this, activate this and run this. Now it is asking me how many numbers I wanted. I'll just put 12. Okay, and execute this. Just see here. First C was 1, so it got printed, which is not equal to 12. So incremented 2 got printed. 2 is not equal to 12, so increment 3 is not equal to 12. Like this it will come over here. Somewhere it will come, 12 will be printed. Now 12 is equals to 12. So I'm entering with exit. Exit, come out of the loop. So this is how I can exit, or I can come out of infinite loops. So here infinite loops are very dangerous. So you just can use this to come out of the infinite loops. Clear with this? Clear with do and clear with if? Yes?
Sir, please explain once again.
Okay, just see here. If I don't use this one, if I don't use this, and if I just say this much, okay, if I just say this much, then I have not mentioned how many times. So if I don't mention how many times, it is continuously going to execute. That is infinite loop. It is never going to stop. Okay, so once like we had tried it to execute the infinite loop, the system got stuck over there itself because it was executing infinite number of times. So to avoid that one, what we are going to do is we are going to use the statement if whatever the count is there, whatever the count is there, that is equal to the number, whatever the number we are going to enter over here. So if it is equal to the number, then I'm going to exit. Okay, then I'm going to exit. What I'll do is I'll just show you with number 5. Run this. I'll enter 5 over here and run. Okay, now see here. First, do what I am doing into do. I am writing C. What is the value of C? C ka value is 1. So 1 got printed. Now it is going to check 1 equal to 5. No. So it was going to increment 2. 2 equal to 5. No. Increment. 3 equal to 5. No. Increment. 4 equal to 5. No. 5 equal to 5. Yes. So come out of the loop. There we are using exit. So here we are using exit. So when 5, that count is nothing but C we have considered. When C is equals to 5, num what we have entered num as 5. So when 5 is equals to 5, exit. Exit means come out of the program or come out of the loop. So this is how I can use if statement to exit my infinite loop. So this is nothing but infinite loop because I have not mentioned how many times. So that condition I am specifying here in if. Clear with this one?
Yes, sir.
Others?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what we will do is, whatever your do while loop is there, that do while loop is not condition specific. Condition specific means what? If I don't mention the condition, then it is going to go into the infinite loop. To come out of infinite loop, I have to use if. So, if I want to avoid this, then another loop we have, and which is nothing but your while loop. Okay, so that while loop is condition specific. Now what do you mean by condition specific is, just a moment. Okay, I'll explain you over here. I'll just open it over here. So in a one session, if the program is opened, and then in another session, it is not going to allow me to edit. So if I type anything also, nothing will happen because this is called as a lock. This read lock, write lock, we will tell you afterwards when it comes. So automatically it got locked. So because I have already opened that into another session. Okay, so this I'll teach you afterwards. So we'll go to the next loop, and that is nothing but your while loop. So how this while loop is working, or what exactly this while loop does is, so you can see that up to this everything is same, up to this also it is same. So I have mentioned the data, that is nothing but count of type integer, parameters of parameter num of type I. So everyone is clear with the what is the difference between data and parameters? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between data and parameters?
Which will store.
Anyone?
So data which will store the information.
Yeah. And parameters?
And which the user will input the details.
Yes. So if I have mentioned something in a data, you can see that I have mentioning the value in a program itself. But parameters is nothing but I am telling the user to enter the values. So C I have mentioned using data. So as a programmer, I am only entering the data. But parameters, I have written it over here. So I'll tell the user to enter the values. So this is the difference between data and parameters. This you have to remember. Okay. Now I have initialized my C to 1. That is start of the program. You can start with anything. You can start with 0, you can start with 5, you can start with 10, anything. So it will be easier for us to count, and because of that I have started with 1. So you can see here, this is nothing but your while loop. While loop is easier compared to your infinite do loop. So here I'm mentioning if count is less than or equal to num. Less than or equal to num. That means if 1 is less than or equal to whatever the number you enter. So for simple example, you have entered 5. So what is value of 1? Value of C now? So value of C is 1. You have entered 5. 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. If it is true, I am going to write that. 1 I am going to print on the screen. Then I am going to increment the value of C. That will become 2. 2 come inside this. 2 is less than 5. Print that. 3, 4, 5. 5 is equal to 5. Okay. So when 5 is equal to 5, I am going to write. Then I am going to increment it. It will become 6. Now 6 is not less than or equal to 5. So it is going to exit automatically. Here in a previous example, I need to mention the condition in a if statement to exit. Here in a while loop, automatically when the condition fails, it will come out of the loop. Okay, I'll just execute this and show you this. I'll enter the value 5 and I'll execute. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Automatically, when it becomes 6, this condition will fail. What will happen if it becomes C will become 6? When it becomes 6, you can see that here it is not equal. So it is going to come out of this loop. Clear with this? Everyone is clear with this one? While loop?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll try to debug this and show. Okay. Wait. Let me check if we can do this. Okay. Debugging is switched. I'll just enter 5 only. Okay. 5 and execute. Now it will come into debugging mode. /h is the command. So now just see here. First what I'll do is I'll just take this C. I'll just double click on this. Automatically this C will come here on the right hand side. Okay. Also I'll take this. I'll double click on num and you can see over here. So you can clearly see I have entered the value 5. So it has come over here 5. But at the beginning our C value is 0 because still my controller is over here. You can see this yellow arrow. So that is my controller. Just a moment. Okay, so that is my controller, and in this controller till it has not seen the value 1. So I'll just go to the next. So you can see over here at the top left corner, or else you can press F5 also. I'll just click this. You will come over here. Now when I'm here, now if I click next, you can see that my C value is 1. Okay, now it is going to check 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, true. Then it is going to print this on a screen. So it is printed. Okay, printed, came down, incremented the value of C. Can you see here? C will become 2. C has become 2. Now it will go inside again. It will check the condition 2 is less than or equal to 5. No. Sorry. Yes. Then it is going to print 2 on the screen. So it has printed on screen. It will come down over here. Now you can see C's value will become 3. The same step will be followed. 3. Then it will become 4. Okay. Then it will become 5. Okay. 5 will be printed. Now see here. 5 is equal to 5. So this is also true now. Till now it is true. 5 is equal to 5. Okay. So 5 will be printed. Now it will become 6. Okay. I'll just show you. Come inside, write the 5, and now it will become 6. Now, can you see this? Is it true? 6 is less than or equal to 5. Is it true? Six is less than or equal to 5. Is it true or false? Yes? Can anyone tell me?
So it is false.
Okay, it is false because clearly 6 is greater than 5. Okay, 6 is greater than 5, and because of that, it is not going to write this, it is not going to increment this directly, it is fail. So when it fails over here, it is going to end. So when condition fails, while loop will end. Okay, now just see here, I'll execute last end, and you can see this, see the result over here. Understood this? Everyone understood this? How the while loop is working? Yes? Any doubts, or you clear with the things? Why we are learning this is what you are going to use it afterwards. Okay, so you need to learn the basics, and that is what I am telling you over here. So we have started with do loop, then we have seen infinite do loop. To exit the infinite do loop, how we can use if. Now to overcome this, because do is not condition specific looping, so I need something which is better than this. So better than this option we have it, that is nothing but while loop. So while loop is condition specific. Can you see here, I'm mentioning the condition here itself. So this is condition specific. When I have a conditions specific things, so I can easily write a simple loop and come out of this when the condition is not satisfied. Clear with this? So next topic we have, that is nothing but system variables. Okay, so system variables is nothing but which are already stored, which are already there in SAP. Okay, so SAP already has the system variables, and according to our needs, what we are going to do is we are going to just use them. Now what I'll do is first I'll show you where these are stored. So I'll just go back, I'll come out of this to the main screen, and I'll go to S11 transaction. S11 transaction is used to view the databases. So this is nothing but my data dictionary, and here I'll enter the database name as syst. Database name I'll insert as syst and click on display. Now it is going to give you the list of system variables. So many different system variables are there, and always the system variable name will start with sy. Can you see here, sy index, sy, this is page number, this is table index, this is table filling. Okay, many are there which are important to us, that I'll tell you. Okay, from this which important parts are there, that I'll tell you, and you just go through this table and you just explore more thing. The description of this has been given over here, like what it does, how it is used, or why it is used, that explanation is given over here. Or else you can click here and click this is called as search help, and you can go with whatever you want, like which you want a structure of this, or you want to see the interface, or you want to see the more information about this, then you can search over here like this, or you just double click on this, you will get the information over here. So further characteristics, fields, attributes, what it is using. Okay, so you can see the information about this, more information about this. So I'll just explain you which are important to us, or what we are going to use more in our like programs. So I'll just go to this, I'll just show you one by one. So let me comment these first, and I'll just uncomment the first one. Okay, and we'll see. We'll start with simple index. Okay, write psi index. So I'll just give you the psi index example directly. So this psi index can be used. Psi is nothing but sy and index. So it can be simply used as a count, which we were using into the loopings. So while loop, for a while loop we were using a loop, right? For do loop we were using a count value. So instead of using the count, instead of using this and instead of using this, I can directly use psi index. So psi index is something like it is going to work as a count. Okay, so this many number of times it is going to print the count. It will start with 1, then 2, 3, 4. How many number of times it is there, that many times it is going to write. So I'll just save this and check this, correct, activate this and run this. So any number of times if I enter, like 10, so it is going to write 10 times. You can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have just written it without a slash, so it is coming on a same line. So you can write a slash over here, then it is going to come on the next line. Run 10, run. So 1, 2. This is nothing but, now this is not numbers, this is not do, this is not C. Count we have not taken. So psi index starts with 1, and that psi index I am printing it over here. So system index I am printing it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So at 10 I am just coming out. See here, 10 times I am writing index. So automatically it is going to count kitna number of times the loop is executing. Okay, so psi index need not to be incremented. So like we were using c is equals to 1 first, and then we were doing c is equals to c plus 1. That is called as incrementing. Psi index need not to be incremented. It is automatically it is going to increment by itself. Okay, so this is the first system variable we have. Okay, so I have just shown you with this. I'll go with the other variables. So other variables, first is psi datum. Datum is nothing but it is a date. So if I write datum, then it is going to print the date on the screen. So I'll just check this and activate this and run this. So you can see here, today's date will be printed. So this is like inbuilt things what we have. It is going to automatically print the things which has been feed into the systems. So system index psi datum is used for printing the date. Okay, then we have use it. Okay, that is going to give you the current time. Okay, I'll just take this up. So it is going to give you the current time. So you can see here. So this is my date, this is my time. So current time it is showing. It is of 24 hours clock. So it is going to show me the time, current system time, whatever the system time is there, it is going to display that one. Okay, next we have it as cprog. Cprog is nothing but it is your current program name. So what is my current program name that it is going to print? So what do you think what it is going to print now on the screen? What this will print on the screen? Yes, anyone? What this will print on the screen? It's better you can respond. Anything. Current program name. So psi-prog is nothing but current program name, and you can see over here the program name I have mentioned it over here. So that is nothing but ztest underscore psi underscore variables. So this is how your like it will be printed on the screen. So let's see whether it prints the same thing or no. I'll just save this, check this, activate this, and run this, so you can see here. Okay, so it is Z test. Actually, it is not showing it over here correctly. So Z test psi variables. So this is my Z test underscore sy underscore variables is my program name that it is showing you over here. So the next variable is nothing but psi repid. So psi repid is going to give you the repid also is going to print you with the current program name itself. So both are same. Even if you use like cprobe or you use repid, that is nothing but rep id, that is also going to give you the current program name itself. Now if I go back and do this one, that is nothing but this one is nothing but it is going to give me the username psi uname. Psi uname is going to give me the username of this. So I have entered a username over here while at the login screen I have entered SAP user. So SAP user is my username, so it is going to give this. Okay, so next system variable is nothing but lang u. Lang u is going to give me the language. So whatever the current system language is there, that current system language it is going to give me. Okay, so this is what it is going to give me. I'll just execute this. See here, it is going to give me en. So whatever I had logged in with English language. So it is going to give me which current language I am using. Current language I am using it as English, so it has given me English over here. Okay, so next system variable we have it, that is nothing but line number. So line no sy hyphen line no is going to give me the current line number of the program. So I'll just execute this and show you. See here, it is going to give me the current line number. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 above this and one space I have given, so that is nothing but 9. So you can see this from here till here line number we have a line 9, so that it has printed line number 9 it is going to give me. Then we have u line. U line is nothing but it is going to print underline on the screen. So whatever u line is there, I'll just run this and I'll show you. You can see here you have this underline over here, horizontal line which has been printed on the screen. So this is u line. So same way, if I want to print the vertical line, then I have this v line. Okay, so I have a next variable, system variable called sy hyphen v line, which is going to give me the vertical line. You can see it over here. So this is the vertical line, we have got it over here. So this is the next. Then we have psi sub rc. Psi sub rc, you need to understand this one is psi sub rc is going to give you two values. Either it is going to give you 0 or it is going to give you 4. When I am doing something, if my program statement is correct, my program statement above this line is correct, then it is going to give me 0. If it is wrong, then it is going to give me 4. You just understand this much for time being. When it is used actually in the reports, psi sub rc, that time you will understand. So for time being, you just understand that psi sub rc is going to be 0 or 4. 0 when everything is correct, 4 when something goes wrong. So above the program, if something is wrong, then it will be 4. Above the program, sorry, not above in the program, before this line, if everything is correct, then value will be 0. So now everything is correct over here. So I'm going to get the value as 0 over here. So this is 0. Okay. Now the next is tabix. Tabix, you don't go for it now, cause whatever the internal tables are there, we'll see what is internal table or how to refer the tables and all those things afterwards in the classes. when it comes. So you just understand that key whatever the site ABIX is there, that site ABIX will be used for table index. So whatever the table I am going to use, for that it is going to be used. So for now it is 1. Okay, so for time being you just understand that this is 1 because I'm using I'm not using any kind of a tables over here. So when I have a table, that time it will be integrated with that. Okay, now your next variable, system variable, is a list index. So this also you just don't bother about this list index. So your list index is nothing but like there are two types of reports. One we have basic reports and one is interactive report. You can see your syllabus what I have sent you. In that syllabus we have mentioned, afterwards we have mentioned report, SAP reports. So in the report there are two types of reports. One is your basic report and another is your interactive report. So if the reports are basic reports, then value will be 0, and if the reports are interactive reports, then value will be 1 for that. So for time being you just don't worry about these things. Okay, so don't worry about these things, size abarc, tabix and list index. So size abarc is nothing but if 0 everything is correct, 4 if something goes wrong, tabix it is going to give the table index, and list index is going to be if the report is basic then it will be 0, if the report is interactive then it will be 1. So if I execute this now, it is going to give me 0 because nothing, it is very basic now. Whatever the reporting, this is reporting, whatever you can see it on the screen over here. So this is reporting. So if I have this one, that basic report means it is going to give me a value 0. So if I have an interactive report, then it will be 1. Okay, so this is all about today's class. Any doubts on whatever we have seen it today?